mental destruction.
Which was pretty fun. Experimenting with the different little guy quickly boosting.
Wow, here we are. Thank you everybody for joining us on today's Torchlight Infinite global launch reveal. Really happy to be with you. I'm Sean from the Torchlight Infinite team. I guess the first thing we need to do is say thank you to all of the players, right? Tons of valuable suggestions, loads of time spent playing the game in the open beta, and we really appreciate it. Thank you guys. In today's reveal, we will introduce all of the new important updates in the global launch, as well as the content updates in the new season, Cube of Rapacity. Before we kick things off, I guess we should say hello to some familiar faces. Hi.
Hi, Sean. Hi, everyone. This is Jack, the game director of Torchlight Infinite. It's been a while since our last live stream we had. I'm really happy to sit here and present our new season to you all.
Hey everyone, this is Ian, the community manager of Torchlight Infinite. Glad to see you all again.
Yeah, thank you guys. So as everyone will have seen in the video just now, the upcoming season for Torchlight Infinite will introduce Cube of Rapacity and we'll have the global launch. Pretty exciting, right?
Sure.
Can't wait.
I mean, it's been a long time coming. Just day by day feels like we're finally getting there. And do you know what else is cool? Our status on Steam is going to go from early access to official launch.
Yeah.
So we finally done it. Yeah. Jack, I don't know about you. I can't wait to jump in.
Sure, me too. And thanks for all your suggestions to make us improve. In the upcoming global launch, we will bring everyone a more complete and enjoyable version of Torchlight Infinite, as well as the new season, Cube of Rapacity. We hope you will enjoy it.
I think everyone's going to love it. Thank you, Jack. Ian, I want to turn to you. Our community manager. Spend a ton of time talking with the players. If anyone knows what they want, it's going to be you, right? First things first, is the question you've been getting asked the most. When does the new season start?
That was a really good question, and I cannot wait to answer that. The new season, as well as the global launch, will be set on May 9th, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So if you played the previous season before, you might notice that we've tweaked the starting time for the new season 2 hours earlier, just to ensure that players all over the world can have a much better, much more enjoyable experience, along with having more time to explore the new season on day one.
Yeah, wow. I think people are going to be really excited. It's the moment of truth, to be honest. I can't believe it. It just feels like every day we're creeping closer and closer, right? Jack, you're our game director.
Yep.
What rewards is there going to be for the players?
Sure, of course. We've prepared exclusive rewards for all the Pioneer Hunters who participate in the previous beta tests. All players who enter the game before May the 9th will get an exclusive avatar with Pioneer Hunter title and back accessory Iron Wing. Meanwhile, for other players, you can scan, enter the website to pre-register for the new season. Besides, keep watching the live stream as we've also prepared lots of Twitch drops for everyone.
All right, thank you, Jack. Thank you, Ian. Very cool. So now we know two things. New season kicks off May 9th. Yep. Don't miss it. Set those alarms. And thanks to this guy, we got a lot of rewards to look forward to. All right, so I'm going to go through the remainder, the agenda of today's live stream. So next up, we're going to be talking to David Brevik of legendary Diablo status. David, of course, came on as our consulting producer last year. He's had a lot of input into the game. We'll be hearing what he's looking forward to in the new season, what he's helped us with, and then we're going to get a comprehensive overview of the new season. Loads of details, including information about some events. You don't want to miss it. And then we'll be speaking to two of the members from the Max Rolls Torchlight Infinite team, Tenki and Milky. We'll be doing a bit of a Q&A. So I think that'll be really fun. For now, let's join from Los Angeles, our consulting producer, David Brevik. David, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. It's great to see everyone again.
Yeah, great to see you too. I think a lot of the players were fascinated to know that you came on as a consulting producer and are probably really interested to know what changes you helped oversee, the work you were doing with Jack and the devs team, and what your thoughts are on the new season. So perhaps you can tell us what you've enjoyed about the project so far and what you think about the game so far.
Yeah, well, so far it's been really fun. I really love playing. I've loved playing the Torchlight series all along, and I think that Torchlight Infinite is just a really great ARPG, and so I've enjoyed the seasons so far, and I'm really looking forward to this next season. So it's been fun. It's been really great talking with the community as well as talking with the dev team. Our interactions have been fantastic. They're very passionate about making great ARPGs, and it's been really just wonderful interacting with the entire group.
It's been about half a year since the game went into open beta. What have you enjoyed about the game so far?
I think that the things that I've enjoyed the most are kind of the season structure. I really like that structure overall. And part of that is because I get to kind of like reset my build or come up with new strategies. There's new kind of mechanics to deal with, and I really like that kind of plus a new hero. So there's lots of new things to try and lots of new ways to play. So I think that's something that I really look forward to. I enjoy that structure a lot, as well as kind of the starting over and going through the experience that I think so many people enjoy.
This starting over with every new season, I think, is something our players absolutely love. With the new season, you've been working a lot on it. What are you looking forward to most about the new season?
Well, I think that there's a bunch of things that I'm looking forward to in the new season. First and foremost, I'm excited about playing the new Escapist Bing. I think that that's going to be a really fun character to play. Lots of big screen destruction which is really fun, and I think that the change to the crafting system is going to be one of the biggest changes so far that we've seen, and I think that I'm very excited about having that feel more like a mechanic that is exciting. It's going to be harder to get the exact items that you want, and you're going to be hunting for items much more, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I completely agree. Those optimizations will be well welcomed. Well, with that in mind, David, it's been great to catch up with you today, and we look forward to seeing you in the new season.
Yeah, thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Speak to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, David. Very cool to be talking with you, and I guess we'll see you in the new season. But for now, I think we shouldn't keep the players waiting any longer. It's what they've all been looking forward to, the content, the new updates in the new season. Ian has produced a very cool video for us. Let's watch it together now.
Hey everyone, it's Ian here from the operations crew. You must know by now that our new season's theme is the captivating Cube of Rapacity. Now let me walk you through some of the exciting highlights in this fresh season. First up, let's talk about the Cube of Rapacity season's gameplay. In both the main story and Netherrealm stages, you might run into monsters that mark with greed by the Cube of Rapacity. When you defeat these unique mobs, you will receive a Desire Crystal, an item exclusive to that map and can be taken out of the map. Once you've taken down the stage boss, the Cube of Rapacity will make its appearance. Offer it a specific number of Desire Crystals to receive random rewards, but beware, don't get carried away by greed, or you might anger the cube and lose all the rewards you've collected so far. The Cube of Rapacity will also attract unique and powerful bosses and special monsters in each stage, which will introduce new challenges and greater rewards in the stage clearing experience. We've introduced a new talent called Avarice Code, exclusive to this season's gameplay, that lets you alter the rewards or challenges presented by the Cube of Rapacity. This means you can enjoy a totally unique gaming experience with different season talent strategies at a very small cost. Of course, there's much more to the season exclusive gameplay than just this. When you draw rewards from the Cube of Rapacity, you might also get a Cube of Craving instead, which is packed with even rarer and more valuable prizes. Additionally, the Cube of Rapacity drops a unique item known as Desire Beads. Desire Beads represent the physical embodiment of Cube of Rapacity's sway over human desires. Black market merchants are more than happy to trade their most precious wares for those coveted items. The special monsters I mentioned earlier will also drop an item known as Desire Core. Desire Cores serve as tokens to challenge new supreme boss called Lord Bearer. As the supreme judge of the High Court of Desire, this formidable enemy presents a tougher challenge for hunters than ever before. Upon defeating the Lord Bearer, players can expect to receive special and incredibly attractive items, including the season's new precious item, Unifying Wedge, which can be used to restore divinity slates. The Divinity Slate I mentioned earlier plays a crucial role in the Statue of the New God development system in this new season. The new god has bestowed upon hunters a fresh talent panel, Statue of the New God. Unlike previous talent panels, hunters can now combine and place multiple divinity slates on the Statue of the New Gods, granting them potent buffs. Each divinity slate is associated with a specific god and can hold up to 2 random talent affixes related to that god. This allows hunters to tap into the power of the 6 gods without being constrained by the differences among the gods. Hunters can also enhance divinity slates through a unique branding method. However, once branded, these divinity slates become untradeable. Each successful branding either adds a new affix or upgrades an existing one. During the enhancement process, there's a slim chance of converting an upgraded, powerful affix into the new god's exclusive talent affix, known as the Divine Entropy. Divine Entropy grants hunters the ability to control the order and chaos. Keep in mind though, each divinity slate can only be branded a limited number of times, making it more challenging to acquire Divine Entropy. Unwanted divinity slate can be broken down into divinity fragments, which can either be crafted into new random divinity slates or traded freely. The new god has also granted hunters access to new legendary divinity slates. These powerful slates come with Divine Entropy, amplify the effects of the order and chaos, and even enable hunters to consume the power of the 6 gods for even more powerful buffs. Having covered the season exclusive gameplay and the new system, it's finally time to unveil the new heroes.
Hey, I'm talking to you! Where did you lock up the old man? And you wanted to lock me up too? I am Bing! No place in this world can confine an escape. Artist! It isn't here! Not here either! Get out of my way! Moto, you old man, where are you? Forget it! There's nothing an explosion won't solve. Just
swing! You rascal! Is this how you save someone?
calm down, old man. Check out the fireworks. If we don't blow up this broken world, how can we create a new one?
Bing, also known as the Escapist, famed for his flashy and powerful explosive skills. Anything that lingers in his hands for even a moment turns into a powerful bomb, constantly causing trouble for him, and that's why Bing's survival hinges on exceptional ability to escape. Escapist Bing's first hero trait, Blast Nova, loads projectiles into his beautifully crafted yet deadly bombs, which explode in a star-shaped pattern upon detonation. This enables Bing to take down enemies from more distant and secure positions. While Bing's bomb throwing speed remains constant, hunters can learn traits that enable him to throw multiple bombs at once. Covertly attach bombs to enemies or add special effects to bombs when thrown. The more bombs on the battlefield, the greater the explosion damage inflicted on enemy caught in the blast. In essence, tossing as many bombs as possible before setting them off is key for Escapist Bing to deal massive damage. Thea's hero trait, Incarnation of the Gods, emerged when Thea ceased to be a mere conduit for the gods' will and opted to become a scepter-wielding deity in her own right. Similar to Wisdom of the Gods, Incarnation of Gods consumes blessings with its hero trait skills to grant short-term explosive buffs. What sets Incarnation of the Gods apart from Wisdom of the Gods is that its divine realm doesn't really deal damage directly. Instead, it aids Thea in converting the gods' blessings. When Thea is outside her divine realm, she transforms her tenacity blessings into agility blessings, carrying out the goddess of hunting's edicts. This enables her to deal unimaginable damage to enemies with full life, based on the number of agility blessing stacks. Against powerful enemies who are unwilling to be punished, Thea can enter her divine realm, which converts agility blessings into tenacity blessings, allowing her to borrow the power of the God of the Might, which grants her a defense boost according to the number of tenacity blessing stacks and deals a lot damage to enemies with low life. However, becoming the Incarnation of the Gods comes at a significant cost. As Thea gains divine power, her fragile body must withstand unbearable negative effects. If she cannot overcome these challenges, her transformation into a god will only lead her to a trap of her own making. Thus, this hero trait requires hunters to strategize about acquiring the god's blessings and entering the divine realm at the right moment to convert divine powers. They must also find ways to cope with a series of negative effects. The new hero, Escapist Bing, can be unlocked by purchasing the Season Pass once the open beta begins, while the new hero trait, Incarnation of Gods, can be acquired with Primal Crest or traded for hero emblems. In this season, the new skills added are mainly sentry skills, followed by one Shadow Strike skill and one Summon skill. Thunder Spike is a fresh Shadow Strike skill. When you land a critical strike with Thunder Spike, it guarantees to inflict shock on enemies with a certain area. If the shadows of Thunder Spike scores a critical strike on shocked enemies, shock damage is applied one additional time to those hit by the shadows. With a high critical strike rating and numerous shadows, this skill can efficiently inflict shock on enemies within range and apply shock damage. This makes Thunder Spike a standout skill for clearing maps or battling tough enemies. Ghost Blade Inheriar, the sentry skill. Ghost Blade Inheriar summons a dagger-wielding Inheriar that targets and attacks one nearby enemy, dealing damage based on the hunter's weapon damage. Its unique feature is that it inherits the hunter's multi-strike chance bonuses. When Ghost Blade Inheriar performs the final blow of a multi-strike, it triggers a violent explosion at the target and gains additional damage bonus based on the multi-strike chance. Furthermore, for each additional projectile quantity, Ghost Blade Inheriar targets one more nearby enemy. This allows hunters to adjust Ghost Blade Inheriar's rapid clearing ability according to their specific needs. Arrow Inheriar summons an Inheriar armed with bow and arrows. It fires 3 arrows into the sky, dealing area damage based on the hunter's weapon damage upon landing. Arrow Inheriar's arrows can deal damage to the same enemy when they land. This means that when multiple Inheriar are present on the battlefield simultaneously, they can carpet bomb enemies in a vast area and inflict massive damage on a single target. It's important to note that Arrow Inheriar's damage increases over time. So when facing tough enemies, Avoid hastily summoning new Inheriar, as this could remove your initial arrow Inheriar and actually reduce your damage. Thunder Core is a lightning spell sentry that periodically unleashes several thunder strikes at nearby enemies, dealing area damage. The number of thunder strikes released by Thunder Core benefits from the jump bonus, chaining enemies together in a lightning grid to inflict damage over a large area. When targeting a single enemy, Thunder Core concentrates all its thunder strikes on that enemy. I hope Thunder Core will offer robust firepower support for hunters in all situations. Frost Core is a unique code spell sentry that fires spiral projectiles, bouncing between enemies as they strike. What sets Frost Core apart is its ability to extract frostbite rating from enemies, significantly increasing the damage dealt by each hit. However, if a hunter plays too many Frost Cores, excessive frostbite rating will be consumed after just one volley of attacks. As a result, it's essential to effectively increase enemies' frostbite rating and balance the consumption of Frost Core, thus maximizing its benefits. Summon Green Phantom is a new synthetic troop summon skill. Green Phantom attacks targets with beam skills, and its beam skills become more potent as hunters grow stronger. Every few beam attacks, the next beam will cover a wider range and deal higher damage. Unlike other synthetic troop skills, when using a Summer Green Phantom skill, there's no need to manually activate it. The Green Phantom is automatically summoned periodically until the upper limit is reached. When hunters actively use the skill, they promote all Green Phantoms to instantly move to the target location and fire their destructive light cannon at the target, dealing high burst damage. We have prepared 13 new pieces of legendary gear for hunters in the Cube of Rapacity season. Today, I will introduce 2 pieces of legendary gear that have powers granted by the new god. The legendary belt, Law of the Supreme Will, has Order and Chaos buffs, which are a pair of mutually exclusive buffs provided by the new god. It causes the wearer to lose Order and gain Chaos. This legendary gear increases cooldown recovery speed and movement speed when you have a high amount of Order. To utilize this gear effectively, focus on defeating enemies before your Order runs out. The key to this is to kill enemies quickly before losing all of your orders. The other legendary gear is called Breaking the Eternal Wrist. When equipping this gear, the blessings of the 6 gods bring unavoidable debuffs due to the going against the will of the gods effect. However, this pair of gloves also grants you the power to devour the power of the gods. Every 4 seconds, you'll devour all blessings of the 6 gods on you and release an empowered skill based on the number of blessings devoured. Thus, hunters using this piece of gear will need to strategize ways to deal with the negative effects while obtaining unique and powerful buffs. Hero relics and hero traits are closely related to one another. There are numerous legendary hero relics and legendary hero memories to choose from in the new season, which creates more build possibilities. In previous tests, the overall performance of the spell system was relatively weak, making it especially challenging to transition and progress smoothly in the mid-game. For this reason, we have designed Spell Burst, a new developed system for spells. With Spell Burst, hunters can consume Spell Burst stacks when using or triggering channeled spell skills. Based on the number of Spell Burst stacks consumed, they can automatically cast multiple spell skills in a burst within a short period of time, allowing for easy semi-automatic spell casting. Spell Burst is a powerful development system for spells. It enables hunters to have a relaxed and smooth map clearing experience while also allowing them to move around nimbly and avoid enemy damage. However, Spell Burst can only be consumed when it's at maximum stacks, so don't forget to upgrade the charge speed of Spell Burst when upgrading cast speed. We believe the addition of Spell Burst will bring spells to prominence this season. It's time for spells to reign supreme. Command is a new mechanic designed for summoning builds, specifically addressing the monotony of using synthetic troop minions due to the lack of related attributes that can be developed. By adding Command, we have introduced additional development paths for synthetic troop minions and significantly increased the damage dealt by synthetic troops. Since Command will always drop down to 0 quickly, changing the combat rhythm on synthetic troop minions can be achieved by developing Command. Hunters can choose to develop Command in a stable manner to ensure it is always within a certain range, allowing synthetic troop minions to deal consistent damage. Alternatively, special development methods can be employed to gain a large amount of command in a short period of time, making synthetic troop minions attack wildly in an instant to deal massive burst damage. However, this approach may cause you to lose all of your command quickly after bursting. As a result, the key to defeating powerful enemies with an army of synthetic troops lies in learning how to effectively gain and maintain command. This new mechanic offers a more engaging and dynamic experience for hunters who prefer summoning builds. The new crafting system in Torchlight Infinite aims to retain the advantages of the previous system while addressing issues such as the lack of excitement and surprises during crafting. The new system consists of two components: prototype crafting and targeted processing. Prototype crafting allows hunters to lock up to 2 affixes on a piece of gear and re-randomize it into a prototype gear with up to 4 fixed affixes. This process retains advanced affixes on gear, but the plasticity of the original gear decreases with each craft. Prototype crafting is not possible on gear with zero plasticity. This method enhances the looting experience, turning gear drops with advanced affixes into valuable crafting materials, and making the crafting process more exciting. Targeted processing replaces the old crafting method. While hunters can still use Amber to craft desired affixes, they no longer have the option to save or revert affixes when crafting a single affix. Instead, they can pay a certain cost to revert the gear to its initial states before target processing. It is recommended that hunters use prototype crafting to create good prototype gear and then use target processing to craft other affixes. This combination makes obtaining powerful gear easier than before, but crafting the best gear becomes more challenging and strategic, enhancing the overall crafting experience for players. Torchlight Infinite is constantly working on game balance adjustments and optimizations based on player feedback and testing. In the new season, many targeted improvements have been made to hero traits, skills, talents, and gear, with a special focus on legendary gear. More detailed information on these changes will be provided in a season update announcement in the community. Continual updates and optimizations are being made to enhance various aspects of the game. Some examples include single hit damage limit can now exceed 2.1 billion. Netherrealm map affix customization, skill effect transparency adjustments, auto channel for skills and other switch features, advanced search in the trade house including searching for the repeated affixes, Path of the Brave improvements, addressing issues like the inability to pick up reverts after dying, pack spirits build configurations. These ongoing optimizations aim to provide players with a better gaming experience and ensure that the game continues to evolve and improving over time. In the new Cube of Rapacity season, there will be a variety of new pack spirits with different appearances released, including a season gameplay exclusive drop pad, a general drop pad, and 2 battle pads. Drop pads will help increase looting efficiency, while battle pads will assist players when they hit growth bottlenecks. A variety of new outfits will also be released in the new season, with some being sold directly and others being released in boon events. Keep an eye on game announcements and boon events to discover more about these appearances. We're looking forward to seeing you guys in the new season and are committed to providing a stable and smooth gaming experience. For more detailed information of the new season, Cube of Rapacity, stay tuned to the community announcements.
Oh, you know what? I gotta say, new content looks very cool indeed. What about you guys? What are you looking forward to? What should we be looking out for?
Yeah, for me, each new season I will try a new hero. For this time, I will definitely try the new hero Bing.
Yeah.
You can see in the video, right? And what I like most for this new season is the looting experience. The dev teams have improved the looting experience quite a lot. I'm not just talking about the end game phase, but also when you are clearing maps in the campaign stage, right? You can see quite a lot of loots when you finishing the bosses and when you engage with the season mechanics. And the second thing is the itemization. The new crafting system and the talent panel offer a high degree of freedom and depth. Players will be able to explore new build combinations based on these new systems once we launch the game officially.
Right. Yeah, I think it's going to be a real game changer for a lot of people.
Sure.
Ian, what about you?
Well, I usually pay attention to the new skills and the system optimizations. I've noticed that in the season preview, there are several sentry skills that's coming out. And what's cool about sentry skills is that it's not like other summoner skills, which is bind closely to Commander Moto, which is our summoner hero. It is more like you can have your own path of development when it comes to providing a similar battling experience like a summoner, but using a different path of development. Yeah. And for the system optimization, there's a lot of frequently asked ones, and including the skill effect transparency setting, and also the advanced search feature in Infinite House.
That's a big game changer.
Yeah, that's the one I've been waiting for so long. I could never get a repeated affix. And many more to come. And Jack, I think mentioned we have some improvements in our controller support. Yeah.
Sure. One more thing. Yeah, the dev teams have put a lot of effort on optimization of our PC game experience. Now for this time, the new season, you can play our game with a PC with controller, or you can enjoy a game on the Steam Deck.
Nice. So perfect for players on any platform.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sure.
All right. Well, let's check out some events coming up in the new season, shall we? You want to handle this one?
Yeah, definitely. We got a really interesting contest that's in our next season. Like the previous ones, we're gonna have a cube of opacity related theme because we want our players to know the season theme quickly and how exciting it's gonna be. And like the one before, you can also have
first down, right?
Yeah, it's not exactly first down, but you can also support the streamers to complete the puzzle in the next season. And then, except for the being a participant with all the in-game rewards.
Oh wow!
To spice everything up.
Yeah,
so
that is spicy.
Yeah, like all the participants have a chance to win the prize, and yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is anyone in the competition has a chance to win this prize.
Yeah, you can support your beloved streamers in this contest, and then for all those whoever did that support button, did that support thing,
they've got a
chance. Yeah, they got a chance.
That's
really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's
having
really exciting.
Such a fun and interactive contest.
Yeah,
is the best celebration for our global launch.
Completely agree. I think it's what the global launch needed, and I think following along the first down, like I say, it's interactive, right? It's the KOLs, the players, the game. It's all led together. And all right, so we've covered what we think people might want to know about, but it's not just about us, right? So we've got Tanky and Milky with us now. I guess for any questions they might have from the Maxor team or from their followers. Let's head over to them. Tanky, Milky, do you want to say hello? How are you guys doing?
Hey, thanks for having us. Really excited for season 3.
Tanky, how are you doing?
It's been quite a wild ride, and I'm really happy to be here. Looking forward to season 3. Hoping there aren't too many builds that break the game, or maybe there's plenty of builds that break the game in just the right way.
In just the right way. Yeah, I like your attitude. You've just seen the introduction video. How do you feel about the upcoming season? Do you have any questions for us?
Way too many questions to cover here. So I'll try to keep it a little bit brief. The first thing that caught my interest was the new talent panel, the Divinity Slate and the Seventh God.
Yeah.
This is a fundamental change to how talents are approached in Torchlight Infinite. Could you tell us a little bit more about how players can use this to customize their builds?
Sure, I'll start on this one. So basically, the new talent panel is it's like a Tetris, where we can put different Divinity Slates into that Tetris to fit in so that we can have more customization for a hero. And that's also, we want to create more space for imagination so that it's a Tetris, right? You can change the shape and where to put. So that's also one kind of the strategy that we want to have to experience in a new season. And talking about the Divinity Slate, since it's talent related, the affix on it will be also from the talent panels. So which means you can also stack the effects from the talents, and that makes your hero could be much powerful than before. And also there's some of the legendary slates where it has some special effects. For example, there's one legendary slate that can devour the effects for one of its adjacent slates and then enhance the another slate that's right next to it. So where and how to put those slates into the panel is what we want our players to figure out and to experience the fun of it in our next season.
Very cool.
So you mentioned there about the Divinity Slates. You can also use the branding system, I remember seeing, to enhance these. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the branding system is like the crafting system for gears. The branding system is like the crafting for the Divinity Slates. And if you're lucky enough, there are the slates you got can have 2 ethics. That's really powerful on it, because it could be the talent nodes on the very right of the talent. That's usually plus skill levels or maximum stacks of blessings. Those are really powerful skills, and you can have 2 on that on default by when you drop it, and you can use the branding system to add 3 more ethics on it. So in total, it was 5 really powerful. So, which means basically 1 divinity slates on your panel means 5 more extra talent nodes. And you can also allocate on those into the most powerful points, which means it's also going to be really powerful for your heroes.
So how much of a power increase could a well-branded one realistically be? That sounds quite strong.
A lot. All I can say is it's going to be 5 talent nodes, but you can put it everywhere you want, anywhere you want. So, and also there will be like similar effects working as the infinity belt. So it's also be part of the plate. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, something else that caught my eye, the new legendary items with Defiance of the Gods effects. Do you need to equip Breaking of the Eternal Wrist to enable this, or will each of the legendaries enable the effect in addition to their bonuses?
Well, that was simply just one example. The truth is there's a lot more legendary that can enable that effect, including Defiance of the Gods and the Devour effects. And also you can not only equip using your legendary gears, but also using the divinity slates I mentioned before. So there are definitely other sources to get that effect. Don't worry, there's not only limited to that one.
Okay, so I was going to ask you about Bing, the new hero. He looks really cool. It sounds like a bit of a trapper or a miner for like that kind of archetype. How does he actually interact with existing skills? Because this isn't something that seems supported right now in terms of traps and mines. Can he use his tags with minion skills, sentries?
Yeah, sure. So I will cover this question.
Yeah.
So I personally like Bing very much when I played Internal. It's when we design any new hero in our game. So our goal is to create a new playstyle for any new hero, right?
Yeah, right.
Come to Bing. So to your questions, he can use minion skills and sentry skills for sure. But the thing is. The cool things about Bing is he can convert the attack speed and the attack speed and the casting speed into a throwing bomb. So then we change the projectile skill to a bomb, and the bomb will cast the projectile instead of the skill itself. So that means when you throw more bombs, you can actually cast the multiple projectile skills in one time. And the thing is, if you want to increase your damage, and you just try to increase the number of the bombs, that's the key.
Yeah.
The more bombs you throw, then the more damage you will create to your damage, to the enemies, of course.
Oh, and also one thing you can also build on around the projectile speed, because that not only increases the speed that you throw your bomb, but also directly increases the damage. So there's a lot of ways that you can build around Bing, and it's really fun hero that I've also enjoyed playing with.
And also you can improve your throwing numbers of the bombs by, of course, the hero trait and hero relics and hero memories. So they will the combination together will make your build even more powerful.
Worth playing.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. In terms of heroes, one thing that I hear a lot about from players is hero emblems. It's a huge topic of discussion in the community.
Sure.
How many hero emblems are players going to be receiving in the new season? And can you share a little bit about how players are going to be getting them? Just from the season pass, or are there going to be some exclusive events?
For sure. We know that the new hero is one of the key new content for each new season, right? So for the free players, they can get 100 hero emblems each season. Yes. So and these are not only from the season pass, but for some in-game events, the players just only need to first is leveling when you reach some
higher
level, like each 10 level, 10, 20, 30, so you will get amount of the embers.
Yeah, those are really easy to
grind. Very easy.
It's
or you
binded
can
to
also get this by clear killing the bosses or clearing maps in the end game.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I was now going to ask you about the cube. It looks like a really interesting mechanic, and in Black Sail, it felt a little bit more unrewarding because of the amount of control you kind of had over the outcome. And obviously in this new season, you can continue to kind of try your luck with the cube, and at some point you could potentially lose all those rewards. What have you done differently from Black Sail so that you feel like that choice are like meaningful and you kind of incentivize you to take risks?
Actually, it's not that scary, of course. So, you know, another thing is for the new season, it's the season mechanics. Of course, we put a lot of efforts and attention on this. So, in the previous season, we give the players a lot of choices. They can choose to stack on their buffs and make impact in the reward. But also, you know, in general, our game is already very complicated, and if you give just sometimes more choice, it doesn't mean more fun. So we realize that.
Yeah,
so
and that was the feedback we got from the players as well.
Yes,
right?
sure.
Yeah.
And so in this season, we want to go to another approach. We just want to go more relaxed and casual way. So actually, in this new season, the core mechanics, you just try to find the season mobs on the map. Just clear the map, killing these mobs. You will get these points for this season mechanics. And the more points you got, the more chance you can roll for your reward. And that's we see it's just a bonus for after you clear the map and the kill the boss, you get a bonus package, right? Just based on luck. It's not that much strategy or choices.
Okay.
But of course, we put a little bit is you can try to double your reward or you will lose it. But it's with a little bit risk, but you can double it. But it just depends on you. If you don't want to go to this risk, you just keep safe. You get to collect what you already get. You just go to another map.
Yeah.
So
sure,
that's it.
I'm going to be risking it a lot most of the time, I imagine. Good clips.
Yeah. Gotta risk it. Gotta risk it for the content.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the game's getting more complex. Since the start of the open beta, multiple systems have been added. Hero Relics and Memories, and now the Divinity Slate.
Sure.
This certainly increases the game's complexity. Do you have any concern that it's going to become too complex, making it more difficult for new players to find a comfortable point of entry?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think it's not only us. So this question actually is an industry question for all the developers in this genre. Because, you know, ARPG players, most of them, or quite a lot of them, are really hardcore players. They consuming content crazily
really
fast,
quick,
you know.
Stop.
So especially for us, we just finished our beta tests. So to us, in our mind, we are still a young game. So we're still at the early stage. So we think we still lack of some content. That's why we put so much effort on creating a more creative and engaging content, new content in each season. So of course, we will also put an eye on the overall complexity of our game. So if it's so over a line, so of course we will try to simplify or find a way to make things easier. And of course, meanwhile, in the same time, we will constantly improve the game experience for new players.
Oh yeah,
I think are we in a position to share some examples of what we've done for new players,
in
right?
the next season, I think we've got a starter build recommendation.
Yeah.
That's like a very obvious icon on the top right where you first get into the game. You can see like what talents, gears, skills linked and the support skills. What are they used? You don't have to think about what to choose.
Just
but
follow it.
Yeah, just follow it, and it will be powerful enough to get you through the early Netherrealm. I'm not promising you can defeat all the Uber bosses, but it will have help you go through a very fluent early game. And when it comes to later on, we do have hero rankings where you can see all the top players. And we did a little improvements on that because in the previous season, there's actually some aspects where we cannot see. But now you can see everything. Each of the talent nodes that he put on his talents, we can see that through the hero ranking system. So now like players can see a very thorough, detailed instruction.
Complete
about what are they going to choose.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, there's another small feature, but I really enjoy it. Is we add a replay system in our game. So that means when players clear a map, like it's tier max 7, or you clear a boss or any map, you can share your replay in the chat channel
to let someone else see like how fast or what mechanic you're using.
And I think this is cool for both new and experienced players, because for new players, actually before, what happened is they had to go to YouTube, right, to see what more experienced players were doing. And for more experienced players, it makes it way more easy for them to share what they're doing.
It's in-game. And the cool thing is, if you see a replay and you think the build and the playstyle is cool, you want to copy, you can directly click the name of the players, and you can jump into his builds, and you can see all the items, skills, and everything to make this build. So just in-game, and you can have all this information you need.
That's really cool.
I think
that sounds cool. One quick question from that: is that going to be a video then?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
no. Actually, it's not a video.
It's not a video.
It's really in-game replay. Yeah. It's in-game replay. You are watching some player playing. It's not a video. It's so actually we storage the data through
like in our way.
You clear the map, and you replay. You can see how the player clearing the whole map. Yeah.
It is
and
like
even you can speed
simulating.
up. You can speed up 2 times and 4 times like that. Yeah.
Oh. It's very cool.
Yeah, I like it really much.
So one of the builds that I think a lot of people did that with me in the first season, Dark Surge, was Whirlwind Rayhan. One of my favorite builds to play. Do you think that the adjustments to Rayhan and Whirlwind were in a good direction, having looked at Black Sail now? Yeah, are these the kind of massive balance changes we're going to expect for these top performing skills?
Yeah, balancing is always challenging, and we all know the Whirlwind is so popular that everybody like it. But of course, there's one principle or rules internal is if there's the build it's obviously OP, so we have to make some change because we don't want these builds to ruin the general game experience. Or put some pressure on other players if they're playing a build that's strong, so they have to change. Then it's everybody play the same, so we don't want to see this, right? So after we make some changes to Rayhan, so I think the feedbacks from the community is still fun to play, and it's not that OP, but it's still fun, and you can definitely beat the end game. So back to your question, if in the coming season or in the future, it's the same rule. If we find some build it's really OP, so for sure we have to make some adjustment. Just the goal is we want to have rich builds. So even the ultimate goal is every hero has its position, and then players can have their own playstyle and enjoy all the heroes we created in the game.
I think personalization is really big for the global launch and the new season.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love making loads of builds, so that's music to my ears. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. And that ties into something that I've been thinking about as well. In the open beta, there was often a large power gap between the best builds and certain other hero traits. The first one that comes to mind is Yoga's space-time illusion. He felt very, very weak compared to all the other hero traits. which kind of leads players to feel like they have to hunt for the overpowered mechanics or bugged things to abuse. Based on what you just said, this doesn't seem like it's by design. So how do you intend to level the playing field moving forward, bring the weaker hero traits up, the weaker skills up, while also letting people find things that feel broken enough to be fun?
Yeah, as I mentioned, we talk about the last questions. Balancing is always the key, but it's also the most challenging part for our dev guys, because the builds is built up by so many aspects and components. So it's really challenging, especially we have a limited developing time and limited testing time. But the good news is we already implement some automated testing tools during we developing this new season, and that will help us a lot. And we will also increase the manpower on the testing team, and we will try our best to ensure when we release the game, most of the heroes and builds are balanced. And but come to your question, especially for the, I'll say like the Yuga. Can you introduce something about the our new mechanics for the mage? Or
oh yeah, we do have a new mechanic that is called Spell Burst.
Yes.
So Spell Burst is like it's like a spell ways of what's that, continual attack. So basically, it's like you can automatically use your spells multiple times. So it's like a new way, a new path of development we make to like make spells great again. So yeah.
Yeah, because we realized that the spell skills is not as strong as some melee skills, right?
Yeah.
So in this new season, these new mechanics will definitely make these spell skills or spell based builds much more powerful. Yeah.
So one of the ways that people typically measure up their builds is obviously these end game bosses you guys design. The Law Bearer is your new one. Is we going to get invitations kind of like we did with the Lord of the Void Sea? Is it going to be tiered difficulties like 1, 2, and 3 like we had with the previous one?
It's gonna be pretty much the same as we challenged Lord of the Void Sea. You'll get invitations, and depending on the number you put into it, it will have 3 tiers. And because we want to like players to have different levels to test out if their damage or defense is enough to like beat one of the uber bosses. Yeah.
Now, in the past, you've mentioned that pact spirits, the pets, are a great way to support the devs, but not part of the core game experience.
Yes.
Something that is nice to have, but you don't need. With more pact spirits being added in the new season, are there going to be more ways, especially for free players, to collect them? Because power level aside, some people just want to have a lot of different pets for collection's sake.
Sure. First of all, I want to say that the pack spirits, it's part of the playstyle. It's just part of the builds, but just make huge impact on the builds, right? And for the free players, if we want to collect more, we will offer in-game events to our in-game currency, and with this in-game currency, of course, the free players will get the chance to collect the pack spirits. And most important, the pack spirits doesn't reset when we restart a new season. That means if you keep playing for multiple seasons, you will definitely collect more and more these pack spirits.
Yes.
When you just play more. Yeah.
All right, so streaming the game, I get loads of different people coming in, and 2 of the most common questions I get from newer people are, can I play this game with my friends? And can I play it on console? Do you have any updates for these 2 things for these people?
You mind if I take this one?
Oh, okay, Sean, you can.
Yeah, and believe me, we see these questions a lot too. Let's talk first about the PC, the cross-platform thing. So obviously, until now, we've been in open beta, right? And actually, when you're developing a game, we didn't want to spread ourselves too thin. We wanted to make sure we got it right on PC and on mobile. And I think that's really important because I think some game developers would make the mistake of trying to get it on console as well, and actually would not perfect it on any of the platforms. Secondly, also, Torchlight as a legacy IP series loans itself to PC play, right, in terms of the legacy gameplay. So I think a lot of our fans really enjoyed that PC gameplay, and then what we've done with mobile is brought it to a younger audience.
Yep.
I think for sure going forward, it's something we're paying attention to, right?
Yep,
and something
sure.
we'll continue to look at and see when is the right time to
Yep.
bring it out on other platforms. But we've got some good news on Steam Deck, right?
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually the dev teams had put a lot of effort on optimizing the general game experience on PC, and also a lot of players are asking for controller support. So we already added a part of it, and for this new season, we optimized most of the core features or core systems when you're doing the core gameplay. So most of these systems already support controller support. So in this new season, when you play on like Steam Deck, you will definitely had a much better game experience. Or you can, if you play on a PC, you can have a controller connect to your PC, and you will get a similar experience on console. But for sure, we will try. We already a cross-platform game. For sure, we will looking forward and put more effort on the other platforms when we think, as Sean said, it's the right time. So we have to be focused first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking about the multiplayer, which Jack, we've been working really hard on.
Yes, that's another topic. We see just times and quite a lot of players asking in Discord or in the community. For sure, we know. For us, even the internal team, everyone want to put this feature out as soon as possible. But actually, we just think we need just more time on it, because the game is really quite complicated, and especially we also have to take care of both the experience on PC and the mobile players. And the dev team is already trying trying very hard working on it. We are already working on it.
Yeah.
But if we have a clear thought, and we will definitely share more on our dev blog or in our community in which season exactly and how this gameplay would be for this co-op and multiplayer functions. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can definitely attest that the game feels great on controller. In the previous season, I played controller quite a bit, and it was really, really smooth.
Yeah, the new season will be better.
Yeah, even smoother.
Better.
That's great. One thing that I also did a lot previously is crafting.
Yeah.
And I spent way more time than any person should crafting items in Torchlight Infinite for fun and sometimes profit. But it felt like there was very little reason to use an item which wasn't perfect. It wasn't like 6 times tier 1 mods were special. That was the expectation of a norm going into it. Now, going into the new season, it looks like crafting's changed significantly. What have you done in the new system to make it feel like perfect isn't the minimum requirement?
Yeah, I'll explain this one.
Yeah.
So the previous crafting is a very easy to use, and actually a lot of players actually like that because it's easy to understand, it's understandable, and it's also very fun to use. Yeah, it's straightforward. So when we're making a decision of remaking the entire crafting system, we actually concerned about this, but we finally made that decision because the way we had before, like you said, the perfect is just the minimum requirement. We don't want that to be the goal because we want our players to more focus on the process, not the results. And which is the reason why we turned the new system into more organic gear acquisition. And because the new one is more like you can have unexpected surprises when you're clearing the early stage, and rather than you're only waiting for the final and best perfect gear. And then Torchlight Infinite is a game where you're always consistently improving your damage and your defense by crafting better gears, but not like we want our players to more focus on the process where you gradually getting your best gear, your better gear, but not like you're waiting for farming more, let's say Fire Elementium, and then just get a perfect gear. So I hope the remake of the crafting system will satisfy the crafting experience, and better for the overall experience.
Yeah, actually, it will also improve the looting experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Before if you are talking about crafting, you just wait for tier mark 7 or tier mark 8 to collect 86 level 86 or 85 blank base gears, right? So and then start crafting. But when you are in the early stage, you generally don't care that much about the loots if it's not a unique item.
It's not generally. I don't care at all. Whatever cares.
No, so there are still some legendary, right? It's
you only care about legendaries.
But for the other rare or so items, it's not that much value. But after we change this crafting system, even you are clearing the maps in the campaign through the campaign, you will constantly drop some items that will caught your attention, because sometimes it will have even a tier 1 FX already on that gear, so you can pick up this gear as a base gear, and then you lock this FX and you craft it into some the gears that fits your builds. So it's not only because our game, all the systems are connected. It's not about only crafting, but the looting experience is also a part we want to improve a lot in this new season. Yeah.
So Tenki likes to do that. He likes to sit in town crafting items, and I like to. I just want to be in beacons, destroying mobs, and taking advantage of the trait deck.
Beacons.
And one of my favorite things in Black Sail was actually how you introduced Dark Surge back into the game. The Dark Surge undercurrent, where you could redraw your trait cards while you're running through, was really cool. And do you have any interesting way that you're bringing back Black Sail in it? Is it going to be a similar way, or have you got something new?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it's gonna be pretty much the same, like how we put Dark Surge into Black Sail season, and we make some minor changes to making it, adding like 3 specific cards for the Black Sail season, and also we've made other changes, like we've collect a lot of feedbacks about what's the trials, and those are not like, sometimes you get those cards, those are not like guaranteed appeared in the mark in the stage, but you get those cards that makes you feel like disappointed, but now it's not going to happen. And then we've also made a change because we've changed the crafting system. The gears is now more valuable than ever before, and then we've also added some cards related to those. So those are not significant changes, but it still matters. Yeah.
In general, the gaming experience for these decks, we think we're trying to improve the general experience.
So, looking forward to trying it. And congratulations on the global release. I know this marks a huge milestone for the game. Certainly as someone who's played since the CBT3 test, the game's come a long way. But what does the future of Torchlight Infinite look like?
Yeah. First of all, here I really want to thanks all you guys and all the other players who joined us through this long journey. And finally we are close to this launch, right? But so come to our goal at the very beginning. So we just want to create a game that we love to play, and we just want to bring our game to more players, to bring more accessibility to all these players, no matter he's in any platform, right? And another thing is we want to make a game that is a long run. So we know one game is not make one day. So especially we received so many good suggestions and feedbacks from you guys, from the community, from Discord, anywhere. And so these a lot of suggestions actually we put in our new seasons, we put into our updates. So again, we would just want to make our game to grow and together with the community. So and everybody can enjoy the game, and we will try our best to bring new content to our players. So there's tons of plans for the future, but what excites us most is the global launch. So we actually, all of our team and the dev guys cannot wait to bring our game to all your players. So we already shared. So set up your calendar.
Yeah,
so
it's
May
gonna
May the 9th, right?
Yeah.
May 9th.
So don't miss it, and we are looking forward to see you in our games. And welcome everyone to bring your friends and join us.
Yeah, really looking
See
forward
that.
to it for sure.
Yeah. I'll mark the date down. And then I have a little more of a personal question for each of you.
Yeah, sure.
What's been your favorite moment working on the game so far?
Can I go first?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So, for me, I would say definitely working with David Brevik. That's been a big honor. You know, I think Torchlight Infinite, because it's inherently quite a hardcore ARPG, getting to work with David to share his wisdom, his knowledge, his feedback, and those. Some of the changes are bigger, and some of them are very subtle. And yeah, that's been a big honor for me.
Yeah, for sure. So we had quite a lot of discussions.
Yeah.
And his experience and always inspire us, and we have so much to learn from him. Right?
Yeah.
And to me personally, it's just that part is when you have an idea, in your mind, and you just go through the process to watch the idea become true, and you can play it. So every feature, every change you want to make, so every system, so that's the best part. So it's from the very beginning and to when you really implement it into our game, and especially when players play your game and see their reactions and feedbacks.
And that's
Every one of
part.
those comments is really
Stop,
an
you're stealing
indescribable
my
feeling.
part.
Sorry, the
As
community
a community
manager.
manager, that was my part, because collecting player feedbacks is always one of the major jobs I've been doing like the entire time, and especially those compliments, including the criticize, because we've been having those meetings all day long, because I've been experiencing the same things. Okay, oh, I see that comment. I put that comment to the top of my report to see, okay, this is the one I'm going to talk on the meeting today.
Yeah.
And then to see how we make that change and how the comment had changed, that's going to be the most satisfying part I've been working here.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I definitely resonated with what you said, Jack, because for me personally, my favorite part is putting together a build and seeing it all come together, making those small tweaks to the gear, adjusting a talent here and there. And when it works, it just works. What about you, Milky?
I'm a simple guy playing ARPGs. I just want to put a build together that just destroys everything and just go. Honestly, like
numbers.
Yeah, Torchlight does that so well. I can just go into beacons over and over and over endlessly with my really overpowered character. I love it.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy our new season.
Yeah, I think you will. I think you will.
Yeah, I think me and Tenki are going to be busy with
definitely
Max Raw with all the new stuff you're adding as well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
new guides to come.
And speaking of the new season, new game, and just ARPGs in general, if you could distill it down to a short phrase, how do you think that Torchlight Infinite sets itself apart from other ARPGs, and especially the ARPGs that you're intending to compete with?
Yes. So to be honest, I think as a ARPG fan myself, it's a huge year. It's one of the huge best year for ARPG fans, because we have so many good games to play this year, and I think a lot of people will be quite busy. So, but to us, again, to our goal is we just, as a developer, the best part is to creating your own game. That's most important. Your own game. That means, of course, you have to learn from the previous one, these AAA and all these games that bring you so many good memories. That's just go into your heart. You cannot forget these memories. But in the other hand, to us, you already a developer. You want to create a game to create some new experience to our players. So we are not trying to positioning ourselves to compete each other. So every game has its unique part, unique experience, right? So, but for us, the most important thing is to be ourselves. Of course, Torchlight franchise already have huge fan base. We want to deliver a really good game experience to these players. We also want to bring this fantastic ARPG experience to a wider player. So that's our goal. So so basically that's it. So
Yeah, well said.
Make
Yeah.
this genre great again.
No, it's just to make the game the players really love. We know we're not perfect now. We still have a lot of
I think our philosophy is to stick in our lane, right?
Yeah.
Stick in our lane, focus on doing what we can do best.
Yes.
That's definitely been a philosophy for us.
Yeah, because there's always space. Even there are different games, they have their design philosophy, but that's the best part is you can always create something new. Even we make mistakes sometimes, but the players will give us feedback and help us improve our game. So we just want to keep this pattern and
keep this momentum.
Every season you can experience something new. Every season you have some new experience. So that's it.
Well said.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I think that's all the questions we have. I think they've.
Wow. Yeah. If that Q&A hasn't covered most of it, then I don't know what else there is to
It's a
cover.
really long one.
Yeah. But it was great to see you guys, and
Thanks for having us.
really good to chat with you today. I hope you enjoyed all of the introductory videos and all of the content we've talked about today. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing you soon in the new season. So looking forward to it.
See you then.
Yep. Definitely looking forward to the new season. It's been great to be on, and thank you for giving us the time.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Tanky. Thank you,
Thank you,
Milky.
thank you.
See you guys soon.
Thank you.
See you soon. Thank you.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tanky and Milky. Really good to see them, right?
Yeah,
Love
sure.
the whole Maxwell Torchlight Infinite
Yeah,
team.
they're great.
Tons of great guides, loads of good content. Definitely go and check them out if you haven't already. And I guess that pretty much concludes today's reveal. Anything else you guys want to add?
Well, thank you everyone for supporting us all along. We cannot wait to deliver the next season to you guys, and hope you guys will have fun.
Yeah. If you haven't pre-registered yet, please go to our website to pre-register now. Don't miss it out.
Yeah, the new season is May 9th, 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'll see you later.
We'll see you there. Thanks, guys.
See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.